what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I want to go over some of the top tools that I use. I get these questions a lot. Which tools should I use? What is the best tools for this, that, and the other? And I want to give you a list of tools that I use on a daily basis or whenever I'm doing an engagement, or just my top tools for enumeration, for reconnaissance, you know, the whole shebang, web stuff, and privilege escalation, all the stuff that I actually have on my screen today. And I'm not going to go through every single one and how to use it, but you guys can do that, right? Like if you see a tool like Nmap, for an example, you know, I'll show you guys Nmap and you guys can, you know, run it and, you know, learn how to use the tool. But I want to give you the top, maybe 15 to 20, whatever. I have a few in my arsenal that I want to go over. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And if you're returning, welcome back. And please like, subscribe, and share, and do all that fun stuff. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up on my other screen. So you can actually, this is running the latest and greatest, 2023.1. This is not purple. This is not Kali purple. This is just a regular newest Kali. And it's fully up to date and all that good stuff. So on, you know, if you go open up Firefox, you can just hit, you know, Kali Linux, tools, etc. Let me go back to tools, and you can see this, right? Let me go ahead and make this a little bigger. So for the blind people out there like me, you guys can check it out. So I have some enumeration tools, right? So the first enumeration tool is probably Nmap. You know, you're always going to run Nmap. So if you just run Nmap on your machine, and you're going to see a whole bunch of, you know, fun stuff to do. So let me go back and just run this again. So we can see different outputs. And for an example, you know, examples down here, -v, you know, and you can see the actual outputs up here. So you can check it all out for yourself. Like I said, this is not a walkthrough for each tool. I'm just going to give you a little, you know, overview of what I use. So Nmap is probably number one. And on my number two is Bloodhound. So what is Bloodhound? I have a video. I'll link it to the description, or, you know, you can look on my channel how to install Bloodhound. Super simple, right? So pretty much, say for example, you have an Active Directory domain. You want to go, you know, enumerate this is not an actual hacking tool. This is just for enumeration. And you Active Directory users, groups, objects, etc. Say for example, you want to see the shortest path to a domain admin account. You can use something like Bloodhound. And let me go ahead. Excuse me. So if you just go ahead, if you want to learn how to use a tool, just go ahead and go to Google and just put Bloodhound. If I can spell Bloodhound Kali. Okay. And you can just, you know, download it right. Look, this is my this is my video if you want to go set it up. So yeah, this is it's very simple, right? Let's just go here. Let's just see if we can hit Bloodhound here. Bloodhound. What the heck happened? Why did it do that? Okay. Bloodhound. And you can see some packages and binaries of it, and so on and so forth, and how to run it and all that good stuff. Okay. So if you want to run it, you can, I think I ran it today. Let me see something. Let me just go to history so I can show you my history. So, you know, this is the way I installed it, because this is a brand new copy of Kali for me. So I just installed it this morning. So you can use sudo neo4j console, and then you can actually run it and open it. Let's just do that really quick. Let's just do really quick. We can just run it. Once this is actually open, it's started, and all that good stuff, we can go ahead and run the tool, and we'll do that now. Okay, it started. So now we can go to the menu, Bloodhound, and I can log in as neo4j, and then my fancy password. Whoops. I want to actually save my password just so I don't have to keep logging in. So now this will log me into Bloodhound. Once you have it installed and set up, you should be good. So this is it. Obviously, I don't have any data ingested, but yeah. So you can, export their query results, and then, you can import it to here. All right. The next one we can check out is PowerView. PowerView is another tool that I use. So let's go ahead and just open up a new. I'm not sure if I have this here. Let me see. Whoops. So why is this not go? Okay. So this obviously can display any results of your enumeration. So this is why PowerView is super cool. You can check user logs, who's logging into your computer, all in actual real time. So this is really cool. And you have to install it. You can go out to Kali Tools PowerShell, and it's just PWSH. So then this is the tool right here. Like I said, if you want to see some examples, you can run the tool, right? Like I said, I don't want this to be super long of a video. So the next category is some like password cracking or hacking passwords. So Hydra is super cool. You can use Hydra, and you've probably seen me use Hydra on like try hack me or hack the box walkthroughs. So say for example, if we have a username of root, and then we have a password list, maybe the rocku.txt password list, whatever. And the password is password 2023. And then, for example, let me actually do like this. We'll hit it -L, for example, root. And then we can do a password list of, for an example, user, share, word list, rocku.txt, and then whatever, 10.1.1.1, and then whatever the, however you want to do it, right? So like this is obviously not going to work because there's nothing at that address. That's just an example. All right, the next one we can use is John the Ripper. This is also included in Kali Linux. So you pretty much the same kind of concept. It's a password cracking tool. You can just run John, and super easy, right? Just do John. Let's just do John. So obviously, if we do --help, we can see all the different options that we get, right? Excuse me. So say for example, we want a hash file. We can do John space hash.txt, then -- word list, and then the rocku.txt, for example, and then whatever format, right? Whatever format, SHA or RAW, whatever kind of format that we want to try to crack, right? So that's the next tool on my list. And then next we can go into some web application security. So obviously everyone knows SQL map, right? SQL map. So SQL map, we can do, for an example, we can do like a -R, and then we can do, for example, a text file, right? And then pretty much you can just do it, right? I guess it's hard to explain. So if we do help, we can see all the different options, right? We can we can do a -R. Let's see if it shows the where is my? All right. So for an example, you can enumerate all the databases, the tables, so on and so forth. All this good stuff. As you guys know, I'm not really a web application tester. I know a little bit to get myself in trouble, to be honest, but it's not really my my forte, right? But everyone knows that. I make that very clear. And when I have to do a box or something like that, when it's web, I start going a little sideways because it's always a lot of Googling, which is not a bad thing, right? It's always a learning curve. So the next one obviously is Burp. You can use Burp Suite, and then Burp Suite is a proxy, right? You can do a whole bunch of stuff with Burp, and it's a graphical user interface, so it's super easy to follow, easy to understand. You can intercept requests, post and get requests, and all that stuff. So it allows you to automate and do manual pen testing for websites, enumerates pages super quick. And I guess I can accept that because this is a brand new install. So that's that, right? So we can start that up. Let's go back here. And then here we go. We have Burp, and then we can do dashboard, and you know, do all your fancy stuff in Burp that you want to do, right? Target, proxies, and you can use different tools. Sorry. So the next one on my list is under also web stuff is FFUF. So what this stands for is Buzz Faster You Fool. So this is a pretty cool tool. I use this sometimes, and it's super quick, super easy. So say, for example, I want to enumerate a website, you can use FFUF. And yeah, for an example, you can use, examples here. Example usages, obviously a word list, and then the URL, and then all this other syntax that you want to utilize. So next one, we can get into like some Wi-Fi hacking, Wi-Fi pen testing, or you can also call it interceptors. So then there's, obviously I don't have a aircraft. I don't have a wireless card on here, but it is over here. I'm gonna get it right here. This is the Wi-Fi card I use, is at Alpha. So yeah, that's definitely a cool card if you want to do any Wi-Fi pen testing, and you need that, So once you have, the PCAP file, you can do aircraft ng, and then to my cap file, and then whatever word list that you want to use -w, and then you can use, whatever rocky.txt or a common.txt, whatever you want to use, right? So another cool one is Responder. Responder is definitely a cool tool to utilize. And what we can do here, we can look up local hosts, containing any kind of DNS entries. We can do poisoners like LLMNR, MBT-NS, DNS, all these fun stuff. So we can capture LTLMv2 hashes. And I believe I did a video maybe a few weeks ago on Responder or on capturing passwords or something like that. But you can check in my word list, in my playlist or in my videos. And the next one I have on my list is BetterCap. So BetterCap, is this not installed? I thought BetterCap was installed. Let's see if I can spell BetterCap. Let's, I guess, install it. I guess it's not installed on the newest versions, but now we can do BetterCap. Let's see. Okay, so now we have BetterCap. This is another tool that we can, it's super easy to use. It's like a rapid, port scanner. You can scan for IPs on your networks, and it can do a lot of stuff. But this is another one that I use on my arsenal that I have on my list here, right? So let me just kill this. Yes, I want to kill this session. Okay, let's keep going. Now we can get into some privilege escalation. So PrivEsc is fun, right? You can use a tool called PowerUp. PowerUp, it's super convenient. It's privilege escalation. It can rapidly check for vulnerabilities that are susceptible to PrivEsc, and it covers the basic functions, right? You can check really quick and see if there's any misconfigurations or etc. And yeah, you can use LimpPs as well. LimpPs, I don't believe is installed on by default, so we can install LimpPs. And it's super easy to use. It's a command line tool. There's a lot of documentation on it. So if I just put LimpPs now, whoops. All right, so you can see, privilege escalation, awesome script. So obviously you can see it here, right? So now I have it installed. And this is good because I can start installing the tools that I don't have on this newest image. All right. And then there's some network exploitation tools. There's a lot of network exploitation tools, but the ones that, I have this in my list here. You can use crackmap exec. So obviously what we can do here is use different kinds of options here, right? FTP, SSH, RDP. So for an example, we want to, let's just do, see if we get a little more option. No, I guess the same thing. All right. So yeah, different kind of protocols are available. MS SQL, FTP, SSH, RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol, SMB, WinRM, and LDAP, right? So different kinds of protocols here. We also have Mimikatz, okay? Mimikatz is another, this is like to dump hashes. It's definitely a good offensive security tool to get in your arsenal and learn how to use. Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail on how to use these tools. I'm sure I used some of these tools during some boxes, but these are just to answer a lot of the questions. What tools do I use, and which ones that you should learn as an offensive security professional, right? So, and I have other ones here, but I'm not going to, give every single one because a lot of them, it doesn't really make sense. This is one I actually use a lot. SSH UTT. I not have it installed. So what this is pretty much a poor man's VPN. That's pretty much what I think about S shuttle. So let's just keep that clock. All right. So what we're going to do here is just pretty much, let's do SH for help. All right. We can use this to, forward packets to different subnets. It's pretty much, it does like the same job as a VPN, right? You can make tunnels between different kinds of hosts. It does a lot of stuff. It minimizes the overhead of encryption and the tunneling between different networks. It's yeah. So like I said, and another cool tool that we can go into is the pen testing framework. So obviously Metasploit. What? Let's go back to, whoops. Let's go back home, Kali. All right. So I guess I'm looking at it in this console. I'm looking at like Metasploit, and that's why I'm writing Metasploit. So MffConsole is another tool that you can utilize in your arsenal. It's super, super easy. You can search for vulnerabilities. You can try to use this as a sort of like a C2, command and control. And it comes with Kali. So, but obviously if you want to install it on another flavor, you can definitely do that as well. And then we have, we can X out of here now. We can exit out of here. We have Empire as well. Is Empire not installed on here anymore? Interesting. Okay. So Empire is not. Let's see if Starkiller is. Nope. Okay, that's interesting. I just have those on my list as well. Sorry, I'm just like reading my list, and I do have it as included with Kali, but maybe you just have to go out and install it, and that can be another time. But that's definitely one, Empire and Starkiller. So, and then PowerShell Empire, this is also included. I have it included with Kali Linux. And social engineering. So this is the next one. We have Beef. Whoops. So Beef. DE. All right. It's not installed. All right. So let's install this. It's fine. Let's just give that a moment. All right. So let's do BEE. What's going on? BEEF. Okay. So what this pretty much is the browser exploitation framework. So This is another tool that, I don't use this very, very often, but at times I will to like hook and do some, browser hijacking and stuff like that. But it's definitely something good to use and good to learn, right? And it's free, it's open source and all that good stuff. So another one here I have I think I downloaded this from GitHub, but it's, it is a GitHub. So it's Evil Gins or Gins. It's like, let me go out to Google. Let's just go out to Google and put Evil Gins 2 GitHub. And let me make this bigger for the blind folks like myself. All right, so let me make this bigger. So this tool is another cool tool that you can utilize to generate certificates to make it look a little more legit. And, you can try to bypass MFA. It's a pretty cool tool. I'm not going to install it right now, but yeah, you can see that this tool is really, really cool. And I have this normally on my machine back here. This is my baby when I'm doing real assessments. That's my machine that I use. This is just my YouTube setup. And then another one, obviously, is the SEC tool, is the social engineering toolkit. Let's let me just go out. Let me just go to here, set social engineering toolkit, and then here, yeah, I agree. And this is the social engineering toolkit. And this is definitely something you want to have in your arsenal for sure. And then now we can get into like a little bit of invasion. I think that's, we'll wrap it up there. And we can use a application called Veil. Whoops, not Veil. Veil. Oh, this is not installed either. Great. Man, a lot of these tools I'm installing now. So it's free and open source. So it supports 32 and 64-bit payloads generated by Metasploit. So this is definitely a good tool to utilize, have in your arsenal. And yeah. So let's see what other one. And that's pretty much it. That's all the ones I have that I wanted to share. So, hopefully you guys find this video informative. If you have any questions on the tools or whatever, like this is just an overview of the tools that I use, because I'm getting these messages, these, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all these different askings, like what tools you use, what is the best tool. There isn't a best tool for anything. It's whatever you like to use. It's like, what is your favorite hacking operating system? Whatever you like to use, I know friends that don't use Kali. They don't use Parrot OS. They use Ubuntu with their own tools installed. They don't like all the fluff. They just want the tools that they use. I like the simplicity of just having Kali, so everything is there. But, everyone has their cup of tea, right? So if you guys find this video informative, please like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, guys, have a good day, and thank you for viewing.